In a small village called Burke, life was tough. The story begins on a dark night with dragons attacking the village from the sky. The Vikings are fighting back with everything they have, but among them is a 15-year-old boy named Hiccup. Now, Hiccup isn't like the other Vikings. He's thin, he's small, and honestly, he's pretty weak. He can't even lift a standard weapon, so he can't join the fight like a real man should. But Hiccup has a big heart and a clever mind. He wants to help so badly that he drags a heavy, handmade machine up to a hill. With a lucky shot, he actually hits something. A massive, mysterious, and dangerous dragon. The dragon crashes down, and the other dragons are furious. Suddenly, a dragon nearby turns to attack Hiccup, but just in time, a giant man from the village, the chief, steps in and scares the beast away. The battle ends, but the village is in ruins. Everything is on fire, and homes are destroyed. The chief sends Hiccup home with the village blacksmith, telling him to make sure the boy stays inside. But Hiccup is stubborn. As soon as they get to the house, he sneaks out the back door. Meanwhile, the chief meets with the villagers. They decide there's only one way to survive. They must kill the dragons once and for all. To do that, they need to train every young person in the village to be a dragon killer. The blacksmith asks the chief if Hiccup will join the training, but the father says no. He truly believes his son is too weak and too afraid to ever be a Viking. The blacksmith tries to stand up for him, saying, "Give him a chance. If he's weak, he just needs training. He can do anything if he sets his mind to it." Hiccup, however, is busy in the forest. He's looking for the dragon he shot down. When he finds it, his heart sinks. The dragon is trapped. Instead of killing it, Hiccup decides to set it free. The dragon tries to fly, almost attacks him in a moment of fear, but then simply flies away. But something is wrong. The dragon hits some rocks and falls because it's badly injured. Hiccup goes home, absolutely terrified by what he saw. Surprisingly, his father is waiting for him with a change of heart. "You start training tomorrow," he tells Hiccup. But now, Hiccup doesn't want to go. He tells his dad he can't do it, but the chief won't listen. His mind is made up. The next day, training begins. Hiccup is there with the other kids, including a girl he really likes. A dragon is released into the ring, and at first, it's total chaos. Everyone is struggling and scared. The dragon breathes fire, and one by one, the kids are eliminated. Hiccup survives by hiding behind a rock until the blacksmith finally traps the dragon. The blacksmith looks at Hiccup and reminds him, "This training is for one thing only, killing dragons." But Hiccup can't stop thinking, why didn't that dragon kill me in the forest? It had the chance, but it chose not to hurt him. He goes back to the woods to find answers. He finds the dragon again and starts sketching it in his notebook. He notices the dragon is injured. Part of its tail fin is gone. Suddenly, the dragon spots him. Hiccup panics, drops his charcoal pen, and runs for his life. Back at the village, the kids are given a book with information on every dragon. No one cares to read it, but Hiccup dives in, searching for the black dragon. But there's nothing. The pages are blank. Even the blacksmith doesn't know anything about it. During the next training session, Hiccup is totally distracted. He fails miserably, and the other students get angry with him. Realizing he's on his own, he goes back to the forest with a peace offering, a fish. He finds the dragon and drops his knife to show he isn't a threat. The dragon eats the fish, and slowly, they become friends. They play games, and in a beautiful, quiet moment, Hiccup reaches out and touches the dragon. He wants to know everything about his new friend. Later, Hiccup hears the blacksmith mention that a dragon can't fly if its wings are cut or if its tail fin is damaged. Hiccup realizes that he is the reason the dragon is grounded. He feels terrible. To make it up to him, he brings a pile of fish and a special gift. A new tail fin he stayed up all night building. He tries to attach it while the dragon is eating, but before he's finished, the dragon takes off. It's confused, shakes Hiccup off, and they both crash because the wing wasn't ready. As the days go by, Hiccup leads a double life. In training, he uses what he's learned from his friend. He uses a fish trick to calm a dragon and put it back in its cage without a scratch. Everyone is shocked. How is this weak boy doing this? Hiccup keeps his secret. He spends all his time with the black dragon whom he truly loves, while the rest of the village still sees dragons as monsters. In the final training round, it's down to Hiccup and one other student. Using his magic tricks to make the dragon fall asleep, Hiccup wins. His prize. He is chosen to kill the most dangerous dragon in front of the whole village, but Hiccup knows he can't do it. He goes to the forest to find his friend. The dragon can now fly perfectly with the new tail. They have a bond that no one understands, But then, the girl from his training finds them. She feels betrayed and calls him a dragon lover. She tries to run and tell the village, but Hiccup pulls her onto the dragon's back. They take flight, and at first, she is screaming in terror. The dragon, annoyed by her insults, flies a bit wildly to teach her a lesson. Eventually, she calms down, sees the beauty of the world from above, and apologizes. They fly deep into the clouds and see something terrifying. They find the dragon's nest, a massive volcano. The dragons aren't just eating, they are bringing food to a giant, monstrous dragon that lives inside the hole. If a dragon doesn't bring enough food, the giant one eats the smaller dragon. The girl wants to tell the chief, but Hiccup stops her. He has to protect his friend. She understands and agrees to keep the secret. The day of the final exam arrives. Hiccup stands in the arena in front of a powerful dragon. Everyone is watching. Instead of picking up a sword, Hiccup drops his weapons and reaches out his hand. He tries to show everyone that dragons aren't enemies. For a second, it works. But then, his father, the chief, gets angry and smashes his hammer against the cage. The dragon goes wild. It attacks Hiccup. Hearing his friend scream, the black dragon rushes to the village, breaks into the arena, and protects Hiccup. When the chief sees the black dragon, he tries to kill it. The dragon defends itself with fire, but Hiccup steps in to stop him. The chief is beyond angry. He captures the black dragon and locks it in chains. He yells at Hiccup, saying humans and dragons can never be friends. Hiccup pleads with him, explaining that the dragons only steal because they are forced to by a giant monster. They aren't evil, they're just trying to survive. The chief realizes he can use the black dragon to find the nest. He ignores Hiccup's cries and disowns him, telling him he is no longer his son. Hiccup sits in despair, but his friends come to comfort him. The girl tells him, "Your friend needs you!" Hiccup gets a bold idea. He frees the dragons they used for training, the ones he already befriended. He and his friends fly toward the nest to save the day. At the volcano, the Vikings' attack has failed. The massive giant dragon emerges from the mountain, breathing fire and destroying their ships. Just as all hope seems lost, Hiccup and his friends arrive on their dragons. Hiccup rushes to free the black dragon, but the ship they are on sinks, and the dragon falls into the water. In a moment of true fatherly love, the chief dives in, saves the dragon, and apologizes to Hiccup. The dragon, in return, saves the chief. The final battle is intense. Hiccup and the black dragon fly high into the dark clouds, leading the giant monster away. They dive toward the ground, and at the perfect moment, Hiccup makes the giant dragon breathe fire inside its own mouth. The monster explodes from the inside and falls. But the fire is everywhere. The fake tailfin is burnt away, Hiccup is knocked off, and both he and the dragon fall into the flames. The village watches in silence as the fire dies down. They fear the worst. But there, in the ashes, the black dragon unfolds his wings, tucked safely inside, protected from the heat, is Hiccup. He's unconscious, but he's alive. Hiccup wakes up days later in his own bed. He realizes he has lost the lower part of his leg in the fire. With the help of his dragon friend, he limps outside. He can't believe his eyes. The village is peaceful. Dragons are walking among humans, helping them and playing with the children. The war is over. They have learned to live together with love and understanding. The story ends with Hiccup and his dragon taking to the skies once more, finally at home in a world that has changed forever.